What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Nerd Channel, and we are doing the part 2 of Future Gohan arc. It's gonna be part 11, really. It's gonna be part 11 actually, because the other ones I kind of fast forwarded through. What I did, they compacted prior to Future Gohan. They compacted all of them into big old chunk episodes, but this is actually part 11. So, but I'm starting with Gohan Art Part 2. You know how it is. Because I didn't want to just bore y'all with playing the whole first arc one at a time when everybody's probably already seen it. But we're going to spare all those details. But we're going to get into this. I told y'all I was going to do one today. Yesterday, I was planning on doing it yesterday. But after my performance, I was just so freaking tired. I couldn't, man. I was sitting at the chair, finna record, but I kept falling asleep. So I was like, I might as well just go and go to sleep. Because this is, no, it's not happening today. But it's going to happen today. So, here we are. But then I have to go get ready to do another thing tomorrow. I got to, happen to be my uncle's funeral. So I have to prepare for it, prepare some music for it. They wanted me to do a few, perform for that. So I gotta get ready for that. Without further ado, though, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Dragon Ball New Hope, the Future Gohan part of it. Because, of course, in this universe, there are two separate timelines. In each universe, if it's an alternate timeline or whatever, alternate timeline, it's always gonna be excuse me, you got the original timeline, then you got the present timeline. So, yeah. But in this case, both timelines are jacked up. But here we go.
Last time on New Hope, as Krillin made cozy with some old friends in Otherworld, we then jump forward to the timeline that is still in ruins. Future Bulma, the last remaining hero of her era, ventured aimlessly through space until finally stumbling upon New Namek. Upon summoning Purunga, Gohan would be the first to be resurrected, but he returns not to an Earth devastated by androids 17 and 18, but now Perfect Cell. Has he been able to train during his stay in the next dimension, or has he been brought back only to make a swift homecoming to the afterlife? This is part 11 of an ongoing series and was created by DB New Hope. Support him and catch up fully using the links below. After making her first wish, the dragon clarifies exactly what it was. As I think Purunga can't bring back multiple people at once, only Gohan has been brought back to life. Since his body was in a state of advanced decomposition, he's given him the one he had in Otherworld. While this seemingly doesn't tell us much, it alludes to our hero getting to keep his body after falling to the androids. This means it's very possible he's gotten the opportunity to become stronger. We can speculate as much as we want, but Purunga isn't so patient. He demands Bulma now state her second wish.
The game probably sucks.
Being as hard-headed as she is, her focus
Well, she probably, well, of course he's gotten stronger because plot, And,
is on those around her rather than the magical serpent floating above. She knows that Gohan must feel so lost right now. It's been 18 years since he died. So one of her next two wishes needs for her to be teleported back to Earth. First, she knows she has to choose her next wish carefully because the Earth doesn't have Dragon Balls anymore. Something more you're sure she needn't worry about. Dende will come back with her. That way, her planet will have a new guardian as well as the Dragon Balls. What is the...
Yep. So it'll be back to like it was. So they'll bring the rest of the Z-Fighters back. They need to do this in the other timeline too, but we'll get to that. Maybe if they transition back, it might be better.
Grand Elder sure? Don't they need Dende here on New Namek? He reasons that Bulma and her friends saved them all from Frieza. It's the least they can do to express their gratitude towards them all. And being as noble as he is, Dende himself pipes up and admits it'd be a great pleasure to be allowed to become their new guardian. Our scientist doesn't know what to say. She thanks them for how awesome they are. If the Earth can get new Dragon Balls, it'll be a complete game changer. Hollering out to know if Purunga's ready. Here's her second wish. Again, what exactly she wishes for is hidden from the
We know what she wishes for. We're going to cut to it in a minute.
reader.
Well, I know what she wishes for.
He bellows out to the Earthling, and it can be done. with Gohan still trying to figure everything out. He wonders how he was brought back to life. The Earth doesn't have Dragon Balls anymore since Piccolo and Kami died. So it must be the Namekian balls. Why didn't he think of that sooner? Walking around, he tries to gather just how many years have passed since he died. Apparently, he hasn't been keeping track while doing whatever he's been doing. The only thing that makes sense in the moment is to find Trunks and Bulma. Trying to sense him out. Naturally, Trunks is in the afterlife of another timeline. Something Gohan has no way of knowing. But the life signals on the planet, he can barely feel anything. It seems like there are only a few Earthlings still alive. Those androids! There's no doubt that those two monsters are the ones behind all this disaster and desolation. Facing such dire straits, Trunks and Bulma must have fled the Earth to get help from the Namekians. That must be why he can't sense their energies. However, there is something he does sense.
Something, something I've always wanted dead. But, little he knows that, everybody's gone. But we'll figure that out soon enough.
There's an enormous power close to the planet. It's his dad's key. There's also Piccolo and Vegeta's, and even Frieza.
Well, we know who that is, since he's fencing everybody.
Us. Well, that's impossible. Piccolo became the Guardian of Hell, so that prevents him from coming back to life. And with the heart virus, Goku shouldn't be able to be wished back either. So what does this mean? Going back to Gohan's comments about Piccolo becoming the Guardian of Hell, this is something that happens in Dragon Ball GT. He chooses to perish with the Earth and basically ends up being Hiffle Batman. But in this story, it can only confirm that there have been things happening with the Z-Fighters off-screen since falling to the androids. What kind of training, if any, have they done? What kind of adventures have they gotten into?
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Plot. Well, we'll find out in the later episodes, actually. So, yeah.
Back like the cancer he is in this tale. Cell finds himself trekking through space, blowing up planets and other celestial bodies for no reason but to cure his boredom. He scoffs in loathful frustration that this entire solar system is filled with nothing but pathetic civilizations and unworthy warriors, each one more disappointing than the last. Something he hasn't done yet, though. How about he destroy everything that remains in the system once and for all? When he too senses a distant energy, his key, it's impossible. If he's not mistaken, it's coming from Earth. This may be his opportunity to finally have some fun.
How is he sensing Gohan in his base form? All the way out in space. So I wonder.
As he quickly makes his way back, Gohan still has no idea what's going on. All he knows is that he senses a being that contains the same key signatures as his family and friends, who he knows for a fact are still in Otherworld, and now it's speeding towards him. When Bulma and Dende teleport in, running over to our long-lost friend, the trio couldn't be happier to be reunited. As Dende and Gohan haven't seen each other since they were small children, they almost have to reintroduce themselves to be recognized. Bulma stammers with tears in her eyes that she's so happy to see him, then explains that Dende came back with her to take over as Guardian. They were just on New Namek. Saiyan assures his friends that he's happy to see them too. He figured that was the reason he came back to life in the first place, but he never would have imagined that Dende would be coming back with her. But she needs to tell him, what's happened to the Earth? The world is in utter ruins. Was it the androids that exterminated almost all the life here? What's been going on in his absence? Lowering her head, so much has happened over the last couple decades. She really doesn't know where to begin.
A whole lot of screwy things. We've seen it. Cell decimated everything. But the androids decimated, and Cell did the rest. He absorbed enough people probably to overtake the androids. He absorbed a whole bunch of people to take on like he did in the present timeline. It's probably what he did. It's just, it ain't hard to figure out.
Gohan assumed as much. Near the planet, he's sensing an incredible key, nearly identical to all of their dead friends, as well as Frieza. He has a bad feeling about this.
That's Cell, man.
Any idea who it could be? That's when the Namekian also takes notice of it. He can feel Piccolo and Frieza's energy radiating from it. What an absolutely crushing power! Bulma barks out that it's Cell. It must be that atrocious cockroach. A Cell? Who or what is that? She informs Gohan that he's a monster created by Dr. Gero's computer. He's compromised their friend's cells and DNA. That's why he's sensing those familiar energies. He showed up on Earth about 10 years ago. His goal was to absorb 17 and 18 to obtain his perfect form. Bulma had to leave the Earth because he was...
How did Bulma know that, though? Or was she monitoring everything? Did she have those spies, too, like the present Bulma did? I wonder.
hunting humans to consume their life force. This confirms our hero's worst fear. It'll never stop. Another monster from that damn Gero. It wasn't even the androids. It was Cell who wiped out most of...
This is still thousands of times better than Super, and possibly Daima. Well, matter of fact, I'm just going to call it. It's better than Daima. Even though Daima isn't out yet. I'm just going to claim it is anyway. Because Daima's horrible.
Humanity.
With the whole the trailers and all that kind of stuff. The plot. And don't care about it. So, all of this is better. Way better. The fans do a better job than the company, than Toei Animation and Fuji and all those people. The people that own Dragon Ball, the fans do a way better job. That is, yeah.
Even Bulma has been off planet since becoming aware of this new threat. She wonders aloud if they think that he managed to absorb the androids. A reality that is very well possible. His power is impressive. With a likely battle approaching, the question then must be asked where Trunks is. Did he not go with her to Namek? If not, where is he?
He's gone, man. He's in the afterlife in another timeline.
Hiding her emotions. A few years after Gohan died, the scientists finished her time machine. Trunks managed to do a two-way trip to the past and give Goku the medicine he needed, as well as warn everyone about 17 and 18. But on his second trip to help their friends in the past, he just never came back. She asked Purunga to bring him here, but was told that it was impossible because he died in another timeline. This most recent tragedy setting in. All the Saiyan can do is apologize. But optimistic, she still holds out hope that she'll be able to save him. She thinks she might have a way.
Go to the other timeline.
Acting from this to return to the situation at hand, Gohan states for now she and Dende should take cover. But why? What's suddenly the matter? Of course, not being able to sense energy. So she's enlightened that Cell is speeding towards the Earth as they speak, and fast. But what? Cell is coming back? But maybe it doesn't matter. Unlike Vegeta, he was able to keep his body in Otherworld, per Purunga. So he must have gotten all sorts of stronger while he was there. He can beat Cell for sure, right?
Your father knows about saving money. Everything I'm wearing, I've had since boot camp.
And I just saved on my...
No.
Hesitating to answer this. The truth is, he has no idea. It's been a while since he trained with his dad or Piccolo. Causing the scientist's blood to run cold. She cries out and pouts that it can't be! Purunga just gave her 30s back! She doesn't want to die already! Revealing her second wish before having the dragon take her back.
Well, we know. We already knew what it was because she looked younger when she got back. When she first, in the whole scan, she looked younger.
Back here, which is about as vain as her DBBL wish in the superhero movie. As the pair take off from the soon-to-be battlefield.
Yeah, Bulma wished for a BBL. Yeah, let's just think about that for a second.
She screams out to Gohan that she just brought him back to life. He better not die again. Though not choosing the best place to spectate from, Cell's here. Taking in the sight before him. The biodroid cackles, would you look at that? Seems like he wasn't wrong after all. It really is Gohan. This is quite the surprise. His data tells him that he died fighting the androids a long time ago. Where has he been hiding all these years? Although he likely already knows it in his heart, Dende wants to confirm with Bulma if that is Cell or not. And she believes it is, without a doubt. But his appearance has changed. He's a bit less hideous than before. Does that mean he's obtained his perfect form? Who's smart?
Absolutely. You guys are spot on with everything. But I want to see Gohan tear Cell a new one. So let's go.
Mark said he thought Gohan would be a little more talkative. Maybe he's simply too terrified to be up against the perfect being. Moving in. Gohan questions. Perfect, huh? That must mean he managed to absorb androids 17 and 18. Which is indeed what happened. Those two androids are merely tools built to help him attain his perfection. Unexpectedly, Gohan scoffs that he supposes it could be considered a good thing that he's absorbed those two monsters. That means when he gets rid of him, the world will also be rid of all of Jiro's horrors, and it'll know peace again. Initially stunning the villain.
That's right. Talk that talk, Gohan. Talk that talk.
This comment only causes him to bellow out with that arrogant laughter we've all become accustomed to. He chortles, "Get rid of me." He has to admit, Gohan here has a great sense of humor. Does he realize how absurd his words sound? The same warrior who is powerless against 17 and 18. Does he really think he can hold his own against him? Perfection incarnate! But then again, the Saiyan's presence here is almost a blessing. Since he got this perfect body, he's barely had the chance to entertain himself. He better try to not disappoint him in this battle.
Let's go. Come on.
So there's the Super Saiyan. It's actually the first time I've seen it with my own eyes. Your power multiplied considerably. It seems like you've improved with time. Come now, Gohan. Show me the reach of your strength.
That music is banging. Whoever shows that music, man, y'all need a gold medal. That's some banging music. Now, come on, let Gohan cook. Let's go.
Fight beginning. Dende can barely keep up with him at this speed. Something he didn't need to tell Bulma. Already on the back foot. You're still way too weak, Gohan! Smashing Gohan into the ruins of the city. Cell calls for Gohan to show himself.
It ain't over yet, trust me.
Don't tell him he's already ran out of steam. It's only the beginning and he's just starting to have fun.
So is Gohan. Just want you to know that. He
Calmly
ain't done
emerging.
yet.
Cell touches down to hear himself talk some more. He commends his opponent for surviving this little warm-up.
He always
With
talks
this
too much.
perfect body, no
Cell-
one has
Cell
been able
talk
to last
way
more
too
than
much.
a few seconds.
That's his problem.
Aside from that statement proving how important context is, he's nevertheless happy that Gohan is exceeding his expectations. Thinking, our hero knows he's become very sloppy in his abilities. He's lost the reflexes that are key to being a great warrior. Cell must have only used a fraction of his power just now. The situation could turn sour if he doesn't get his instincts back soon. He's also getting used to this earthly body again. Another world, it was much more durable and drains much slower. Continuing, Cell announces that his foe's presence here finally offers the chance to test his perfect body's full power. He hopes he's ready to be utterly terrified. Now possibly at his max.
You're not
All
done,
of our heroes
Gohan.
look on in awe.
Come on, man. Just bring out your powers too, man. Don't let him do you like that, Gohan. Don't let him do you like that. I wouldn't take that from him.
Saying another thing that doesn't need to be said, Dende clamors that he's never felt such power before. With Bulma inquiring if that means Gohan is. But the truth is, Cell is much stronger. The villain
For now, that is.
cackles for Gohan to be honored. He's the first to witness his strength in its entirety. Unsure what to say, Cell only hopes his adversary doesn't die too quickly. Kicking Gohan around like a ragdoll.
I tell y'all what, I'm gonna give y'all 2 episodes because they stalled. The whole episode was just dialogue, so I'm gonna give y'all a second episode. So cause I want y'all to see Gohan cook. Cause yeah, they just went back and forth. You know how the typical Dragon Ball Z crap, how they just go back and forth for half an episode, then they start fighting. Whoa, well, do you think Gohan stands a chance? Find out next time. No, we're not gonna do. We're gonna find out next time, right after this one. Okay, so let's go.
Cell continues to pat himself on the back, commenting that his max power is quite astonishing, isn't it? But not losing his resolve, Gohan taunts that he thought Cell said the warm-up was over. Only annoying him, the monster chirps that even in his pitiful state, the Earthling insists on being arrogant. Pathetic vermin! They'll be sure to give him a slow and painful death. Gohan reveals that he himself made a mistake. He gravely overestimated Cell. Gohan grins as Cell's perfect body is so fragile. What? With the tables taking a sudden turn, just what kind of training did Gohan do to obtain this kind of power in only his normal Super Saiyan form? Will this finally be the end of this nightmare of the future timeline? Or is it merely another devious game Cell is playing on our heroes?
We're gonna watch the next one. We'll go right into the next one because we didn't get a chance to see much. We're gonna watch all of it. Bam.
Oh, what is it you're holding? A cookie?
I need 200.
You were joking.
200.
Last time on New Hope,
I need 230 subscribers. Well, 250. We're gonna get it up to 250. Cause I'm helping everybody. We're gonna get this thing going. But this last one for the day though. We're gonna get some more. But we're gonna finish all this regardless. But let's see if we can get to 250 subscribers. That's all y'all. I asked for 200. Y'all gave me 200. Let's do 250. We'll start with 210, 220, 230. Let's go to 250. I'm aiming for the stars. So they say, so what you aim for, you're gonna get it. So I'm hopefully 250. Y'all 250.
future Bulma at last told Purunga her wishes, which turned out to be to bring Gohan back to life, an instantaneous trip back to Earth, and to make herself a few years younger. While the androids may be long gone, a new foe presents himself in the form of Perfect Cell. Question is, has Gohan's training in Otherworld, if any, been enough to take on such a villain?
We know he had some training, man. Come on now. If he hadn't had any, he got curve stomped in the first round. He had a lot of training. So that's yeah. Don't sleep on your boy now.
This is part 12 of an ongoing series which was created by DB New Hope. Support them and catch up full easy in the links below.
Well, he trained with Piccolo, so he knows all Cell's moves because he trained with everybody.
Where did he go? Right here!
Same move he used on 18. Kill him.
Showing what his training in Otherworld has resulted in, Cell finds himself in the dirt, only able to witness firsthand the power before him. Standing, we're met with an irony that neither of these iterations would ever know. As we saw in the panels before, Cell has lost the ability to use his left arm, the exact same thing he would do to Gohan in the original story. However, the show of resolve doesn't last long for the villain as he again falls to a knee. Instead of spouting off about some secret trump card, or spitting out a cocky quip of him using only a portion of his strength, the bio-android curses that this is impossible. How? How could he have such tremendous power?
Because you're gonna die, that's how.
Instead, it's Gohan with a show of confidence. He chirps at his foe if that's his full power. He stands no chance here. It's over.
Shut up!
Kill him, doggone it.
Coming to a surprise to the both of them, even though it's second nature to the viewer
Well, he has Piccolo cells, so I mean, yeah.
to know that Cell can regenerate. This being Gohan's first encounter with the Fiend, and Cell himself never facing a challenge
Doesn't that drop his power down? Or does it say in cells override that? I wonder.
so great that he needed to even try. He stands in amazement at his own ability, even having to ask himself if he just regenerated. It's like he did so out of mere instinct. The Saiyan comments that Cell seems surprised that he possesses the same ability as Piccolo. So it is true that he's never faced someone who is able to do enough damage to find out.
Ooh.
But after that, even more so than before, he's on the verge of exhaustion.
So it means he never got a chance to get stronger, or any, he never had a serious opponent. So nor did he get cause Cell got a lot stronger in the present arc. In this arc, he's probably a lot weaker. This perfect Cell is probably a lot weaker than the present one.
He might have two arms again, but
Well, actually, he is, because the other one was super perfect, and yeah, he went straight to absorb the androids. So he's a lot weaker.
he's in a far worse position than if he had just kept it broken off. And just like his alternate self from the past, the one who faced a young, enraged Gohan, at least from the original story, Cell felt something for the first time in his existence.
Fear. Do androids experience fear? Well, Vegeta was right.
Fear. He screams no! How can it be? His data was clear. By obtaining his perfect body, he should have become invincible. No mere mortal anywhere in the universe, let alone this devastated rock, should have a warrior who can come anywhere near his power. Slowly stepping closer to him, Gohan informs that the data Cell has isn't wrong.
Well, Gohan technically wasn't from this world. He was technically dead when all this stuff went down. So
Gohan did get killed by androids 17 and 18. He had the privilege of keeping his body in the other world. And even if the bio-android is able to somehow go back in time, say 10 years ago, he still trained alongside of his father as well as Piccolo, neither of which he would last even a second against. Flashing back, the day Gohan died, he was treated to this sight firsthand. Yamcha explained to him that his dad surpassed the Super Saiyan state. He can now use a form that he calls Super Saiyan 2. And for Piccolo, he's been using the full potential of the Namekians that they're all calling Ultimate Namekian, though he himself seemed reluctant to give it a proper name. And just to clarify, if we zoom in, it does not look like this is...
we got the same ultimate power boost that he got, that Gohan got. But this Piccolo has the same ultimate form that not the orange Piccolo. He got the same form that he had in Super with Dragon Ball Super Hero.
Orange Piccolo or anything. Krillin tells how they've all made some considerable progress since they died, but those two are simply geniuses. There hasn't been a single day where they haven't trained their hearts out, which is why King Kai doesn't want them on his planet anymore. This latest blow driving the fear all the further into Cell. Gohan may have had to regain his fighting instincts in this battle, Just so he knows, he didn't even have to use his full power against him. What Cell considers this almighty god level of stolen perfection is nothing more than a single step to the Saiyan himself, one that he passed long ago. And now horrified Cell screeches for his adversary to silence himself. He's nothing more than an insect, an insolent pest.
Show him, Gohan, show him.
He is Cell, the ultimate being of the universe.
I won't lose against you!
Spectating, even from so far away, Dende and Bulma can see that Cell is now enormous. What happened to him? The former reasons, and senses, that he must have boosted his power. But what? That's bad news for Gohan, isn't it?
No, not at all.
However, it's quite the opposite. Cell's brute strength reduces his speed. He's no match for Gohan now. Actually, he's all but assured that he won't even touch him.
Make him throw up the androids again. Do it. Probably won't though.
In a strange twist, Cell
They actually did. Wow, they did it. I forgot, because I forgot a lot of stuff. You know, so, go figure.
spats out Android 17.
He's going to transfer him back now.
He just threw him up. He's one of the androids who wreaked havoc on Earth. Bulma says to Dende, which explains the power drop. Cell is weaker than ever now. Who's still trying to gather himself. Looking down at what just happened.
Hey, if you're not playing MTG Arena, you probably should be. It doesn't even matter if you've never played Magic or maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it.
I don't care. Don't care about it. That's the thing.
The transformation ensues before he has time to even process what's going on.
No, kill it. No, knock 18 out of him. He probably won't do that, though.
Now that his enemy has lost so much power, Gohan decides that he's seen enough. The reign of terror brought on by Jiro and his abominations is over. The Saiyan vows that he will crush Cell once and for all.
Never!
Beelining it towards space, Gohan shouts after the coward for trying to run away. But the villain's plan is that once he gets off the planet, he'll blow this world to pieces with Gohan on it. A little ill thought given he can still regenerate in the worst case scenario, but he likely has no idea of the extreme extent of that ability in this timeline.
It doesn't matter.
It seems it doesn't matter what Cell's planning. Gohan promises he won't get away, and today's the day he's finally the one to die.
Why is he still doing it with one arm?
Almost there!
What you thought was going to happen, man? I mean, come on, brother.
Once again, unbeknownst to our hero, he would manage to take Cell out with one final Kamehameha. Just a few years later, this time around. It's finally over.
18 years later. No, wait a minute. Can't be 18 years later. No. 15 years later. Yeah. I'm right now.
Well, almost. Given all the chaos and suffering the android caused him, his family, friends, and the people of Earth, Gohan shoots 17 a death stare as he hisses that he could have gone without seeing the android's face again. But this will be the last time. Who stands up to say that he could say the same about him. Though given the situation, he's grateful that he eradicated that monster. But the Saiyan scowls for him to keep his gratitude. He's no better than that creature he just blew into a million pieces. The only reason 17 is still alive is because that monster spit him up and tried to flee. However, the former villain claims to be nothing like Cell. He was born a human here on Earth. He and his sister were forcibly turned into killing machines by that crazy old man. Did Gohan know that? Also, he could exact revenge on Gohan's father. They never asked for such a life. Continuing a sob story, he admits that he felt Gohan's tremendous power from his blasts, punches, and kicks while stuck inside Cell. He won't try anything stupid. He only pleads to be spared. His only wish is to live peacefully on Earth. How dare he try to play the victim now and beg for mercy? Did he or his sister ever give mercy to any of the innocent women or children they massacred just to entertain themselves? With that power-up, the android notices Gohan's boosted himself up to Super Saiyan 2. Who furthers that he warned 17 before he died, that he would never break humanity's will to live. And now, he will not take any risk concerning Earth's safety. Since he's come back to life, it's his responsibility to protect it. Now on his hands and knees begging to just be given a second chance to prove himself. Gohan barks for him to be silent. He will never forgive him for all the pain that he's caused. Humanity will rebuild itself and finally live in a peaceful world. Somewhere.
I wish he was born back as a good guy. Never mind, that's never gonna happen.
17 and his sister don't belong.
Goku probably would have spared him, but Gohan, not Gohan. Not Trunks either. Not this version of Gohan and Trunks. Goku probably would have spared him. But yeah. Gohan ain't going. Future Gohan is just like Future Trunks. They're pretty much the same type of person. They don't play around.
With that, it's really over now. Prompting Dende and Bulma to sprint out from the shadows. Giving the pair a familiar salute, he shouts to them his location with a
Gohan, it'd be fun if Gohan hooked up with Bulma. That'd be hilarious. And then Vegeta got wished back. Oh no, you know how messed up that would be.
danger out of the way. Not only is Cell gone, but the androids too. He's done it. Warming tears in her eyes. After all of these years of suffering, they're finally free. She knew that she could count on him. He saved them all.
No, you doubted that man. Stop it. No.
In mentioning a good point, it's only due to Bulma's unwavering determination. This victory is as much on her as it is on him. She was the planet's final hope and worked relentlessly.
So his Super Saiyan was stronger than Perfect Cell's. He was stronger than Gohan was when he fought Cell. His Super Saiyan was just about as strong as Gohan's Super Saiyan 2. That's crazy. Y'all think about that for a second. Future Gohan's Super Saiyan in this timeline is just as strong as Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 when he first fought Perfect Cell. That is freaking insane. That's freaking... Goodness gracious.
To locate New Namek. Ergo, naturally, their Namekian friends were also instrumental in making this happen. At least in reference to herself. Bulma's glad that he mentioned that. She's not the type to pat herself on the back, but she thinks they can all agree that this time, she did save the Earth. Even the universe. She had total faith in Gohan to take care of the fighting stuff. That's why she resurrected him in particular. Though the Saiyan coyly laughs this off. He has to mention that, speaking of which, he's surprised that she didn't bring back Vegeta. She could have with the Namekian Dragon Balls, right? Why did she?
Well, her first wish was to bring back Trunks. So she wanted to bring Trunks back, but since she couldn't bring back Trunks, she brought back Gohan.
He has to look young again instead. Screaming like she does, and given Dende obliviously called her old looking only minutes prior back on Namek. She questions if they have any idea what it's like to grow old. No, they don't. Gohan died at like age 23 and didn't age in Otherworld. And Dende can live for literal centuries without getting a single wrinkle. No way in heck she'd let Vegeta see her as a 65-year-old grandma. She'd rather die. But of course she thought about him. Although, she knew darn well that he wouldn't be keeping his body in Otherworld. To bring him back was way too risky. He's an idiot. Knowing him, he would have just rushed headfirst against Cell. And for what? Either way, Dende will make them a new set of Dragon Balls, so everything will be reset eventually. News that comes to the surprise of Gohan. He questions Dende how...
Yeah, he probably would have ran headfirst against Cell and got killed. So, yeah, bringing him back would have been kind of useless. So, yeah, we understand. We understand, Bulma. You could have brought Piccolo back, though. Well, we don't know. Maybe. They would have brought Kame back. No. He wouldn't have been able to come back. So, yeah, he was the Guardian of Hell or something like that. So, yeah. That's the only option she had, really.
Well, that's possible. Did he...
It's Krillin! He saves the arc. He saves the day in both arcs. No. Okay, never mind.
Bring a set from New Namek or something? Which isn't exactly how it works. What he'll try to do is reactivate the original balls from here on Earth. For that, he'll need the dragon model statue created by the previous Guardian. Do they have any idea where it might be? And the natural thought is that it must be on Kami's lookout. There isn't anywhere else it could be. First, they need to get there. Bulma only hopes that the lookout wasn't destroyed by the androids or Cell. And she doesn't want to be carried all the way there. So
he blew it up for fun. Android 17 blew it up for funsies.
He suggests that they get on her plane. Moments later, with the opportunity just to sit back and relax, Dende was able to heal Gohan from the battle. Thanking him.
Heal him? What? Wait a minute. He did. Did he sustain any damage? What kind of healing did he need?
He mentions that it's also really awesome that he's going to become the new Guardian of Earth, who returns the gratitude. It'll be an honor for him, actually. Although, he can only reactivate the Dragon Balls if the Dragon model still has some magic from the previous Guardian within it. Of course, this is quite the shock to our heroes. Bulma questions what'll happen if there's no more magic left in the Shenron model.
Then you're all screwed. Yeah, pretty much. What else?
Piccolo and Kami died more than 30 years ago. Quelling her concerns, the Namekian assures that she has no need to worry. If that is the case, he'll create new ones. The only caveat is that they will need to wait a full year to make use of them. That's the only way he can make them more powerful than the previous ones. To the great relief of the scientist. What's one more year after waiting 30? Either way, they're going to be getting their friends back really soon.
So Bulma was like in her 50s or something like that. Probably.
Looking out the window, Gohan requests Bulma to slow the aircraft down a bit. Alarmed at what he's talking about. He says that he wants to get off here. Confused? Is he sure? They're still pretty far away from the lookout, but he's 100% certain. He'll go out the back hatch.
He wants to go see Chi-Chi.
As it opens, he happily informs the others that he'll meet him at the lookout in just a little bit, bidding them a short-lived farewell.
If anybody's alive, it's got to be Chi-Chi.
Dende points out that he seemed to be really focused on something. Does she have any idea what's gotten him so pensive? With tears in her eyes again, it hits Bulma exactly what his intentions are. He's going after what he treasures the most in this world.
Mama, mama, you're the tears, whatever that song is. I'll always love you, mama. I forgot that song. I ain't sung it so long. I ain't heard it in a while. That's what he's gonna go see. I bet. I forgot what happened in this thing, but he's gonna go see his mom. She's probably still alive. Oh, you gonna leave me hanging like that? No, man. Come on now. But we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball New Hope.
future timeline of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, we're gonna stop it right there. But that's been this episode of Dragon Ball New Hope. We watched 11 and 12. We're gonna hit with 13 probably tomorrow evening because we want to get. I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna get this show on the road. I'm gonna catch it up because they still come out with new episodes. So I'm gonna catch this thing up. So that way, when they come out with new episodes, it's gonna be we'll be right on time with them. We'll hit it when they hit it. You see what I'm saying? I gotta stay with it. I gotta catch up, get it with them. So we're gonna do 2 of them. We're gonna watch 13 and 14 tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to catch this thing on back up. They on episode 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They on 19. So a couple more days we'll be caught up. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We gotta tighten up though. We're gonna have to tighten up, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it though. Don't worry about that. We're gonna catch up. But anyway, this has been Dragon Ball New Hope episode. I've been 12 and 13. Tomorrow we're gonna hit 12 and 13. We're gonna hit this 13. No, 11 and 12. I'm tripping. This is 13 that we're gonna watch tomorrow. Then you got 14 and 15. 13 and 14. I'm finna go because I'm tripping. I'm tripping hard. I'm messing up songs and everything else. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.